a lot of traffic out there, people on the roads with the wet weather.
And a bit chilly. I even closed the windows the past couple of nights. I'm like, where am I?
Kidding. I don't know about you, but I feel like it's a moment of success to be in your house, turn off that air conditioner, and just start saving some money.
I can't wait to see that next bill. It's going to be like 1/3 of what it was a couple of months ago.
Exactly.
It's going to be good.
Exactly. But a lot going on today. I mean, there was a video that Tempe PD put out yesterday, or no, it was 2 days ago, I think, but showing that they made about 200 plus 249 arrests for underage drinking citations that were issued at this one location in Tempe.
Are we naming the location? Because I think it's well known as a place you go when you're underage drinking.
Tempe Tavern. That's what they're saying. But I think we have the video if we want to play part of that.
Let's see it.
I just show it. But yeah, they were saying it happened again, and back in April they took some video, but even bigger, 249 arrests at this one. But underage drinking, IDs that were fake, a lot of stuff going on. But
really hard to believe, guys.
Kids,
was that ever you? Was that ever you, Michael Obi, in a bar? A little too soon.
I might have been from Florida at one point.
Florida,
yeah,
it's Florida, man.
Were you still using Mike? That's what I wanted. Mike from Florida.
I thought you meant like a total name change to hide his identity.
Yeah,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
We have
Ralph.
Megan Spector standing by,
Megan
right? I just saw her face. Hey, Megan.
Hey, how's it going?
Now, Megan, you, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me, but you just talked with somebody that was kind of caught up in all this, but who was at the Tempe Tavern and had a little bit of a run-in with the police. Can you tell us about that?
You know what? I do want to clarify. It was a different situation, unrelated. We are driving around trying to find people right now. So that one was unrelated. But before that, I did touch base with Tempe PD. They told me, because I think a big question with this, I don't know if you're having it, but what's going to happen to this bar? Like you said, this isn't the first time this has happened where they've had this mass sweep going after underage drinking, specifically at Tempe Tavern. And Tempe PD actually referred me to the Arizona Department of Liquor License for that question of, what's going to happen. They did tell me, they confirmed they are a part of this investigation. They're not making any decisions until Tempe PD does finish their investigation. But then after that, I'm told that they will look back at everything that happened in April. They'll look at other instances tied to this place, and that will determine if there's citations, if it goes as far as revoking or, holding their liquor license. A lot's still unknown right now. Of course, we're expecting more information as this investigation kind of continues. But out of that 249, there was 246 people that were cited and released. 3 were actually booked. And we are just waiting to kind of find out more about what those 3 specific people were booked for and where the citations land for everyone else.
Wow. So, Megan, to put you on the spot here, I know you're new to this story, but that was one night back in April. And if we're talking about 250, that's got to be a majority of the bar, I would think.
I haven't been to that bar yet, but I assume, there's video, it looked packed in there. And I know the time back in April, it was, I think, 160 something people in that bus alone. Okay. So they're clearly, a packed business. But I guess they're cracking down on people. It seems to be the place to be for underage drinking. So they're really trying to get a handle on that.
Have we seen anything from the bar itself with, are they saying anything about it yet?
Not according to the social media posts I've seen. I saw that they did address it in some capacity back in April. It was slightly tied to a situation unrelated with a shirt that may have caused some offense tied to it, but they
was the shirt wet? I think that's
good question. Good question.
No.
You know where Trenton's head's at, where he goes right for the wet T-shirt contest.
I'm just recalling some memories.
It was tied to some joke about the bus that happened in April. So in that post, they clarified, they did say that they are checking IDs, and they even pointed out that they scan IDs, but with some of the fake IDs nowadays, actually, I think they said a majority of them actually do scan as well. So they were kind of, at least back in April, saying that it's becoming harder and harder to, check for that.
Moving on from the wet T-shirt portion of this segment, it does fascinate me.
People want to know, Brian.
I know. It does fascinate me, though, that I bet there's a whole follow-up story there. Like, Megan, I don't know if one day they would show you some of these IDs, but it's fascinating that they can pass the scan test. I mean, back in my day, you had to find a guy who looked like you.
Right,
and
exactly.
I did. I mean, I heard of people who did.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And I mean, it's a college town. So who knows how many other places are, finding themselves going through this challenge. I assume a lot of them, especially in the Tempe area. But it seems to be this one that Tempe police, got some insight about and decided to kind of make their move on Thursday night.
I believe there's still a guy, Rick Wang from Kansas City. He still has a bone to pick with Brian out there.
Yeah. Wang, really? Okay, come on in. Come on in
here.
Well, that's funny you said that. I'll tell you my story later, but there's got to be some smart kid in some dorm room with a fancy printer, an AI computer system, just cleaning up with fake IDs, right? They've got to be able to.
The go-to guy.
The go-to guy. Yeah, there always is, right?
Exactly. Well, in my understanding, too, with Tempe Tavern, it's like one of those places that, the ASU kids, they love to go to. I mean, they lean into it. It's an establishment. I mean, I saw one of their pinned posts on their Instagram back when there was a little bit of a rumor that maybe they weren't going to have their lease renewed or not. And they say, lease equals signed 21 weeks ago. Contrary to popular opinion, we are not closing. We ain't going anywhere, mofos.
Whoa.
Making it clear.
Whoa.
Making it clear.
They made their statement. They're here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
but we'll see what happens.
Now, there is the question of, correct me if I'm wrong. So the drinking age is, I'm so old now. It's 21?
It still is,
okay.
Yes, Brian.
Well,
the boys did come home from Vietnam, but they weren't allowed to drink.
That's what I'm getting to, right?
Yes.
Like,
still a topic.
There's a little unfairness there, right? You can go die for your country, but you can't have a beer at the Tempe Town Tavern, whatever.
Yes.
I mean, right? I don't know.
Still a thing.
I used to borrow the ID of an older gentleman at my school, Rich something.
Wang.
He looked nothing like me. I mean, our hair color was kind of the same. He was much taller, much bigger dude than me. But they back then, I think this is way back in the day. They just wanted to
say I saw something.
I saw something.
Right.
I don't know, officer.
Right.
Look good to me. What do you want from me?
He faked it. He gave me the ID.
I'm getting paid minimum wage to guard this door. You know, what do you want from me?
Right.
It worked like a charm.
Yeah.
That was Denver, Colorado back in the day. So shout out Denver.
Well, it wasn't too long ago that, I'm really dating myself, but this was outside of Houston, Texas, but I remember going to a couple places where I would have a family member that would say, go get me this at the store and give me some money, and went in and, bought the bag substance to give to a relative, and no problem.
One of my favorite movies.
A lot more trusting, a lot more innocent time.
One of my favorite lines in a movie from the 80s was this rich kid and his buddy went into a liquor store. They were clearly underage. And the guy on the other side of the counter goes, how old are you, son? And he pulls out a $50 bill and he goes, 50. And the guy grabs the money, hands him the liquor.
Wow. Expensive
Deal
liquor.
done. I was like, that's some good stuff. Anyway,
that's a good move.
I do want to hear from Megan and Michael if they might have any stories to share about, having a good time, maybe when you weren't quite allowed into the establishment.
Megan could go first.
Oh, okay.
How responsible were you, Megan?
Very responsible. I would have partaken in anything.
Megan,
like
I believe
this,
you're slurring your speech there on this Zoom. So you're gonna have to repeat that.
I will say, even now, I am very confidently above the legal drinking age, and I get ID'd everywhere I go,
I can see
which is a good thing. They're doing their, their job to check. But I was at Chili's last weekend, and I ordered the Wicked drinks, and they asked for my ID, and then he goes, "Oh wow, you look very very good for your age. I was like,
there you go.
what does that mean? I'm still young.
Yeah,
I was
well,
like, okay.
yeah, get used to that stuff. It's only going to get worse as you get older. But anyway,
Very
no, but
complimentary.
yeah, it's a compliment though. Take the W there.
Yeah.
and
I do. I take it as a compliment.
and the chili's cracking down. You gotta love it, man.
You got these wicked drinks. Everyone wants the pink and green drinks, but
Right.
Why
they
is
do
Chili's-
indeed have alcohol.
It's the spot.
Chili's been popping up in our newsroom
Very
lately
much.
about that thing.
We have a lot of fans.
We're missing out.
Own stock. We're not invited. That's the
Well,
problem. We're stuck here.
Yeah.
Well, Megan, very interesting,
Thanks,
and we
Megan.
want to see, what's going to happen now tonight at 9. We'll have that. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll try and find out more information. Of course, we'll have the very latest at 9.
sobering report as always.
Yes,
We're
of
not,
course.
we're not going to let
All right.
Michael off the
Thank
hook,
you,
are
Megan.
we? About his, he was partying back in the
Yeah,
day. I just
you might
know
not
it.
wanna-
I don't
You might not want to
have
share.
the facts, but I just know it's true.
I think we've reached the statute of limitations, but I might have had a laminator in my room.
Oh!
That's advanced.
And I actually got busted by my dad because I had made my Florida fake ID. And that was back in the day when you only had one computer in your house. So I had made it on the family computer.
Sure.
And I got busted because when the computer went to sleep, it would grab all the images on the computer and do like a collage of images. And so he was sitting in his recliner one night and, pictures of the cat and the dog are going by on vacation. All of a sudden, there was his son on a Florida ID saying
Who said
he was
he's
25 years
25.
old. And he was like, "Who's this?" I came home from work. He's like, "Who's this?" And I was like,
Dude, was your name McLovin on there?
No, it was my name. I kept my regular name.
He's proud of that name. God damn it.
Yeah, so I only got to use it twice, but I got busted, and the $80 I spent on a laminator went out the
so
door.
great.
And
Wow.
yeah, we just had to hustle from there. But
I
sad
mean,
ending.
It's yeah.
The ingenuity of what you're willing to do at that age.
And how many men in various aspects of life have been tripped up by the old computer, leaving
the
residue
Achilles
on
heel,
the,
really, of the
I mean,
species, if you will.
I can go on for hours.
The trail.
It's a tale as old as there was probably like caves that had some messages written on them.
Right.
It's like,
There
that
could have been a
wasn't from
laminator in the Garden of
Gwyneth,
Eden.
yeah.
Yes. What was that? What was that cave message I saw this morning, honey?
Yes.
Who wrote that?
Did you draw that deer for me, or was that for the other cave lady?
You know this loincloth doesn't fit me anymore.
Oh,
Man.
good stuff. Well. Okay. Did you share any of your stories? Nothing.
I think
Just the
pretty
liquor
much the
store?
same was covered. Well, in college, I think the big thing was just trying to get in,
Yeah.
and the links you're willing to go to.
All right, stand by.
I don't know if I should talk about that.
5, 4, 3,
Look, the good
2,
aspect. This
Yeah.
was a blessing.
Hey, welcome back to Fox 10 Talks. Boy, you missed the last segment. That was good. If you ever had went to a bar a little too young back in the day, we just wrapped up a good conversation.
Yeah. Well, eventually you could meet Megan Spector is the point. You know, she could be doing a story about you.
Yes, you could meet up with Megan, who apparently
Never
looks
had the problem.
underage herself.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
you know,
or Chili's, really.
Be careful at Chili's. If you're trying to get away with stuff at Chili's, don't.
Fox 10 might know about it.
Fox 10 might know about it, and the same for another restaurant in Old Town Scottsdale, Mon Cherie.
Wow. This story, Brian, I remember when it happened.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
Yes, it does, for sure. Set it up for us a little bit. So, surveillance camera, the owners, they saw that some things were missing in their store. They went to the tape.
Yeah.
And ooh la la. Did they get more than what was expected?
Yeah, they had a couple decided to have a private dining saucy experience there. There they go. So that is.
So it wasn't a dine and dash per se.
It wasn't exactly a dine and dash. These are some mug shots because that's why I ended up doing the story yesterday, because they were arrested. Apparently they were arrested last month, and I don't understand why we just found out about it. Scottsdale police, I guess, just let us know. But
and quite a lengthy criminal history, I believe, on both of them.
Yes, they both have been in trouble before.
Yes.
So they, I guess, broke into the restaurant. The owner showed me where they got in. It's some kind of side door, and he was able to.
We got a lot of people chiming in too. I appreciate these comments. Sorry we didn't see him earlier, but I believe Dixie Flor says that maybe long duck dong was on the menu. Possibly, yes.
That's an '80s reference, and we, you know, a good one, but you know,
underage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Good stuff.
So they finally caught him.
This guy, they broke in, they got away with some cash, an iPhone, and a cheap bottle of booze. And then on the way out, there's this photo booth covered in roses, you know, a romantic spot. And they made the most of it that night. But then took off their mask on the outside. They didn't realize there was a camera right above them. And
always use protection.
Man.
Right. And
I've you know, that's a little bit encouraging, though. The fact that they took off their masks, that they were wanting to see each other, that this wasn't just a physical twist. Maybe this was, you know, a little bit of love in the moment. But
they weren't looking at each other.
Share a passionate kiss.
True. But I have a hope that maybe it sparked something further.
Is there a way you can show your love for somebody without looking at them face to face?
True. It could be. Just in the general direction, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were both facing the same direction.
Yeah. Maybe there was a spark in the moment. Could be.
And they may end up in the same general. Well, I guess men and women are separated at prison, so they can't really visit.
No, but they can write
perpendicular.
Yeah, they could write.
True. Right. Well, I believe that's the money shot right there.
The money shot. The money shot. Led to their demise. The little hanky panky going on, but
it wasn't all bad news, right? For the business.
Well, yeah, you know, she said a lot of people are talking about it. It hasn't necessarily boosted sales or anything.
Right.
But it does have a part 2 to it that she told me about. That just this week, a worried wife called her and said, "Hey, I found a receipt from your restaurant. I didn't go there. I think my husband took his mistress there. Will you please check the tape?" And the owner's like, "Sure." So she saw the timestamp.
Yeah.
Goes to the tape. There he is. And the other woman's like, "Can you see her face?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah."
Wow.
Sends the clip to the wife. I don't know what happened after that. But
so there's extra services that could be off the menu at Mon Cherie if you needed.
That's what
somebody
the owner
got
said.
Justin Lummed. It sounds
yes,
like.
They did.
That's her kind of her. She was laughing about it. But if you're up to no good, if you're up to some hanky panky in my restaurant, watch out. I'm going to catch you.
Wow.
So it was good stuff. It was funny. She's you know, the owner has a marketing background, and she's from the get-go was very open about this one. A lot of times you don't know how that's going to go. Businesses might go, "We don't have anything to say about this. We don't want this part of our." But she was like, "Come on in. Let's talk about it." And she has a marketing background. I'm like, "Yeah, that's perfect." She knew a good marketing. And it's not, I don't want to make it all about marketing. She was having fun with it. And
They have good food too.
Yeah.
Good fare.
Pink pasta and pretty drinks.
Right. Well, you love the stories with the happy ending. I think that's what matters most.
Yeah.
I
I guess we'll end it there.
All's well and ends well, I guess, in certain places.
Okay.
Well, let's switch gears a little bit because I wanted to talk about this. I thought this was really neat. We're going to go to our normal shtick, the unknown, if you will. But there's a new documentary that just came out called The Age of Disclosure. Really excited about this. The gentleman who's been working on it, I believe it's been like 4 years in the making, with getting these government officials and also whistleblowers to go on the record to talk about their experiences with unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAPs. That's what they're calling UFOs now.
When did we change that?
I believe it was like about 2017, 2018. That's kind of when the New York Times first ran the report on the so-called Tic Tac video, which makes a pretty big appearance in this.
Well, we have to call it that's unidentified anomalous phenomenon because they're not always aerial.
That is true.
That's
it does
why
go
it's not UFO
transmedium
anymore.
Yes, Michael Obie is exactly right.
Thank you, Michael.
But
thank you, Michael, for making my life even harder. Okay.
right. But the first
put
time,
a pronouncer in.
Getting all of these officials and whistleblowers to go on the record, and some pretty big names too.
Yeah,
Marco Rubio makes an appearance, and then former CIA directors too, talking about where these are real. They feel that they are a threat to national security, and USA needs to get on the ball with trying to get the technology to, maybe reverse engineer them to where Russia and China are already doing that. Okay. And I was most shocked about that. Heard the part where Marco Rubio was talking about that keeps him up at night, knowing that Russia and China also have access to these craft of unknown origin, and they're working to reverse engineer them, and America needs to take it seriously and also do our part for national security.
Okay, so as in, you saw the full documentary or most
of it, right.
So as in, Marco Rubio's worried of an attack with that technology from Russia or China, or attack from outer space as well.
He says that, it could be one day that we wake up and we realize that our foreign adversaries, they've been working on it and they've cracked through it. And now the game's changed where America's at a disadvantage with it.
The Earth is theirs.
Yeah, could be.
And then who's going to win out between the Chinese space alien technology, aircraft, and AI? That might be the good next Terminator movie.
That's what I'm saying. That sounds like a ploy for them to say we need to spend more money on AI.
Yeah, could be.
But there were.
Only AI could reverse engineer a super eye, I guess, in this instance.
But Michael, I think you said earlier there were people in there who said they had direct contact with these aircraft and beings
and entities. Yes. Whoa. One of the people that were interviewed for the documentary were talking about how apparently there was an incident that was very well known, even that George H.W. Bush had talked about it, going back to 1964 in an air base in New Mexico, where apparently there were a couple craft. One of them landed.
Why do UFOs love New Mexico?
I don't know. It's
Michael, can you
for all
answer
the right reasons?
UAPs, UFOs, they love New Mexico.
Love it.
What's going
Can't
on?
Get away.
Probably hatch green chilies would be my best guess.
Yeah.
They like
you can't go wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Sell great RVs. Yeah.
Is there also maybe some sort of vortex thing going on there?
Who knows? If you go to Sedona, you can find vortex.
Really? Because of the high altitude and training thing?
I mean, John Jones trains there. I know that, and a few people. So
okay,
probably high altitude would help. Yeah, which may explain the UFO or UAP.
Right.
Shorter distance to land.
Okay, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. One of the report, anyways, it was saying that one of them landed on the tarmac and a non-entity came out and interacted with Air Force officials and also members of the CIA.
Like a flight attendant, probably from the...
Maybe.
Yeah.
Needing a refill on peanuts? Could be.
I'd be afraid to call him a non-entity. I would feel very offended if somebody called me a non-entity. I think we need to be on the good side.
What do you mean by that exactly, sir?
I think they're entitled to an entity.
Need an entity.
If they're smarter than you, they're an entity.
Oh,
it could be I just tripped over my words and meant non-human entity.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I can't help the lack of professionalism.
Maybe they're the original humans.
Did they hint at anything of like, I mean, are they coming? They have to be coming. They're not from the solar system, or we would have figured that out right by now.
That was not answered.
Yeah,
and so far in this doc, which who knows?
Supposedly they have some sort of field around the craft that's able to transcend physics. Is the little bits I saw, and so
hence why they're able to go in different mediums like water and space, and no problem. And the acceleration is just
it makes anything
insane.
Possible or anything realistic. It's it's like an interdimensional solution.
But so the battery power runs out every now and then, and that's why we have video of it. Like, hey, you forgot to recharge the battery, bro. What's up? We traveled gajillion miles to be here, and the battery ran out.
Right.
Now we are exposed to these dumb Earthlings.
Could be.
And now we're going to somehow crash all over China, Russia, and the U.S., and they're going to use our stuff, dude. Thanks. Way to go.
The possibilities.
If you're that smart to get here and you forget to juice up the battery on your deflective stuff, come on.
Maybe there's like a cloak button that they just, you leave the house and you're like, did I lock the front door?
Did I leave it on?
Or did I close the...
Yeah, it could happen.
It's like, and then that guy in New Mexico just happened to look in your window.
He had a spare, right.
I think we've stumbled onto something here. A lot of people are talking about UFOs and all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever taken a sarcastic comedy spin on all this? This could be our new thing. Michael knows about comedy. He could kind of lead us, and we could be the peanut gallery and chime in every now and then. But take a funny spin on this whole thing. Is anyone doing that?
I mean, I can't necessarily say that being abducted would be a bad thing. I'd be willing to give
You'd
it
willing
a go.
to take one for the team?
Whoa.
Yeah, especially if there's some back pay or something, hourly rate.
I think it's just the experience.
Would OSHA cover that, especially if you had a limp afterward?
I think OSHA's
what if you would
not apply?
Terrestrial organization.
What if you were unable to, let's say, sit down for the next 6 months?
As long as I was going into the sky, I don't want to go under the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't want to be abducted and then go underwater.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah,
I want to be flying.
It might end up like the the Titanic submersible that went under.
You're talking about
Would be good. Did they seal this properly? Did they think about that?
It's made of what was that material? That was the wrong stuff.
It was carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
Great.
Yeah, come on.
Wasn't great.
Okay. Well, Michael was on the record. Any aliens out there listening? Any medium
except the water.
Here's your guy.
Right.
He's our best representation of human beings. Take him. Do with him what you will.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
They'll turn around and go
in one piece.
right back home.
Right.
I will deter them better than any weapon.
Well, we do have a new show.
Oh, we should get that in.
We should talk about our new show, the real show.
Unknown. If you dare watch, you may never be the same again.
Dare. Well,
I would put it up, Trenton, but it's in a commercial right now.
Oh, well, good. Of course it is. But this week we talked to Dr. Avi Loeb and then Dr. Michio Kaku. It was very, I thought.